Welcome to the First Reviews podcast. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Aleks Lee. We are discussing his voiceover work for Sung Jinwoo for Solo Leveling and the Solo Leveling Reawakening movie that is coming out this Friday, December 6th. Aleks, how's your day going so far?
It's going great. Yeah. I'm super excited for the movie. I think a theatrical release is going to be really killer because there's a lot of great audio design in this show that would I would love to hear on the movie speakers. I haven't heard it on the speakers yet, but I've heard a little snippet and I'm very excited to see how that turns out.
Same
This
here, same
yeah.
here. I've watched a lot of anime in theaters this year, and it's been so much fun. So I'm really excited to see Solo Leveling in theaters. I'm glad I caught you. We were a couple of weeks ago we were doing press and I heard you lost your voice. How's your voice going right now? How you feeling?
Oh, it's good. It's always, it's up and down. If I ever lose it, it comes back in a week. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was going to ask a question during that press meeting, and then I heard that you lost your voice, and I was going to ask, does that happen often? And what kind of things do you do to either massage your voice or help prevent it?
it only happens when my schedule is extremely stacked, as in there's a lot of vocally strenuous roles all in one day. I'm really a big part of my job is schedule management because I've gotten the lucky privilege of voicing many different types of characters. So I get to do a lot of characters who are higher pitch, lower pitch, all, they're everywhere in terms of the spectrum of what a character could be. But the difficult part about doing anything like that is uh scheduling yourself, because sometimes if I do a lower pitch character, then I can't do a higher one right after. Or if I do a higher one and I scream a lot, then I can't do the lower one after. So it's all about that. But we're also getting to the end of the year where there's a lot of holidays coming around. So the schedules are super packed and sometimes you can't move those things around. And it was just one of those things where it's like we have to do so many things in a day and we have to get it done. And regardless of what would be good for you, you would have to be like, all right, we just got to do it. And sometimes days like that happen and it's inevitable. But best thing you can do is just drink a lot of water, try not to talk so much, and drink tea if you get a chance. But yeah, it's sometimes it's really tough to balance all of that all at once.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. You have a lot of moments in season one where you are what I can imagine exhausting a lot of your voice. A lot of big battles. How does season two or the movie and moments in the movie that fans haven't seen yet stack up in comparison to moments that you recorded in season one?
Mm. I think he's a lot more calm in season two. I think he's found his groove and he's a lot more confident in himself, and he doesn't need to struggle as much. So we get to see the cooler side of him. He's still going to put a lot of effort into his fights, but I think we're going to see a totally different and more in control side of him in this season. So with that, it's probably going to be a lot easier on my voice. You know, even though I'm not screaming, we're still going to be very particular and picky about how really, really cool moments sound. So it's gonna be just as hard to spend time and nail those moments as it is to
Yeah,
do a fight scene or do crazy yelling and stuff like that.
that makes a lot of sense because now he has shadows with him that he can also send them in to
Mhm.
battle first. He doesn't have to
Yeah,
do a lot of the heavy
absolutely. And I
lifting.
think I think that's the cool catch for this movie is that you gotta go see it to see how he uses his shadows for the first time, and it's super, super cool.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. No spoilers, but there's some really cool
Hmm.
moments with his shadows in this movie. Really excited to watch it on the big screen. I had a fun question. If you had the ability to turn any anime character into a shadow, which character would that be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Cause I don't see myself as somebody who gets into conflict a lot in my day-to-day life. I mean, obviously there's a lot of annoying people around that you're always like, "Oh, I wish I could beat you up right now." But I don't think that's worth the trouble. So for me, if I had to pick any kind of character, it would be like a healer character.
Mm.
because I find that much more useful in a day to day where, like, if you have an important thing coming up and you throw out your back or whatever, it would be awesome to just summon a shadow who can just heal you. So, like, I don't know, a healer from any anime or game, somebody who's really good at that thing. And I was just like, come out and fix my wrist problems. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's
ooh, you
awesome.
know what? Actually, maybe a shadow of Bulma from Dragon Ball, because then she's rich and she's a smart girl and she can make you anything. And I'm sure she can cure your
That's
back
true.
pains too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Or even Sakura. Sakura will be able to heal you
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. If you as a voice actor, you've been around for a number of years now, you voiced so many very popular modern anime. If you had the ability to travel back in time, be a voiceover actor in an anime that's already completed, which one would you be interested in doing?
I don't know. It's hard because I feel like as a performer, it's so tough to want to change anything about the past, because, as you know, with any sort of form of media, sometimes it comes back around. And sometimes when it comes back around, they get a new voice actor, or sometimes they get the same voice actor. And
Yeah.
uh, any franchise is always evolving. And for me, I just have so much good memories attached to the stuff that I loved as a kid that I wouldn't even want to put myself in that position because I feel like that would soil that memory for me. So it's hard for me to say. It's those types of questions are always like, would I change anything? I'm like, no, I like the way that everything is. So for me, I would just, if I go back and get new seasons greenlit faster, I would do that. But I wouldn't really insert myself in any roles in particular, just because I feel like everybody does such a great job already in those roles.
Yeah. What is something that you can't wait for fans to see? No spoilers in the upcoming movie or the upcoming season.
Ooh, I'm just excited for them to see the evolution that he's gone through because we've seen him get you know his confidence up in season one. We've seen him really like find his own way in fighting and stuff like that. But there's so many scenes where he's so like snippy and snarky towards his enemies, and he has such control over the scene that it's super fun to watch him like dismantle his enemies. So I'm very excited for people to see that side of him because now he's like almost fully confident with his own battle abilities, and that's almost like a different person entirely. So I'm excited to see that, and I'm also excited to see how the rest of the cast of Solo Leveling reacts to him. Like all these new characters that have been aware of him, but not his true power and his potential. I think there's a lot of really cool scenes coming up where we get to see his interactions with more than just himself. So I'm super
Awesome.
stoked for that.
Yeah, that's great. Uh, our platform, we have a really large anime community, and I thought it would be fun if I took to the community and asked them some questions about Solo Leveling. Um, and W Duke 89 asked, "How does someone get into voice acting, and how did you yourself start off?"
Honestly, I started off just Googling it on the internet.
Oh, really?
I don't have a motivational story like everybody else where they took classes or they won a contest or anything like that. I just Googled it one day and I'm like, if you can learn how to change a tire on the internet nowadays, you can learn how to do anything on the internet. If you can, get a PhD or whatever, I'm sure there's ways for you to find out. And for me, you know, I did a lot of researching and I got very, very dedicated into looking up all sorts of study techniques and, resources. There's so many resources out there. There's straight up a website by D. Bradley Baker called I want to be a voiceactor.com. And I'm just like,
Oh,
start there.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's it's if literally if you just type it in, there will be a ton of useful websites. You just got to dedicate the time to reading it and figuring it out.
Awesome. AJ Abbott 20 asked, "What do you enjoy most about working in the anime industry?"
I again, like I was saying earlier, I'm grateful that I've been allowed to play so many different characters. I think that's what's so fun about it is that I am not restricted to one type of character or one voice, and I'm very lucky that I've gotten to do so many different things. And through that, I've gotten to meet so many amazing Japanese voice actors, and I've gotten to meet the anime directors and all the people involved in the creative side. And I think just meeting great artists is really cool. And I think that's one of the most enjoyable things for me is just expanding my talents and also meeting new talents and just learning more every day. Yeah.
Wonderful. Alex, I'm really excited to see Solo Leveling Reawakening in theaters. I know the anime community is as well. So thank you so much for your time. And for everyone watching this, check out Solo Leveling Reawakening in theaters this Friday, December 6th. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. Thank you so much.